So we're here with the Vice Chairman, Colin McBride, to reflect on an incredible season for this club. 100 points in the 100th year and Isthmian League champions. Firstly, Cole, can you tell us your thoughts on the club's successes on and off the pitch this season?
Yeah, it's been great. It's funny enough, when we beat Chatham, it was sort of not an anti-climax because I thought for quite a while we were going to win it. But it's been from day one when I look back and think of Steve and Ant coming in, and we were lucky enough to get the training facility at West Ham, and the intensity of the training took our fitness levels up. And it's funny really because a lot of people say about we have had a ridiculous amount of injuries, and was that sort of a coincidence with the sort of training on AstroTurf? I don't know, but we was a very, very fit side, and that showed with the late wins. Quite a few games we won late on, and then obviously we had the the disappointment of Steve taking a job, a full-time job, which we fully understood. And then we had that little bit of a period where we took over for a few weeks, me and Spence, and 4 tough away games, 2 wins, 2 draws, and there was serious thought of whether we should carry on, but I think that the stakes was too high. I know we could have done the job, but if there was everything to lose really. We was in such a good position, but yeah, we've recruited really well this year on the manager front, that's for sure. And Darryl come in and he carried it on in his own way and style, and we not got over the line. We sort of when you think now, I think we won it by, was it 19 points? Something like that, 19, absolutely ridiculous. We're sort of like a few times looking over your shoulder, but that's 6 games more. All the stats, as you say, the 100 points, and nearly got to the 100 goals, but our sort of for and against was obviously better than anyone else's, and it's there's been a lot of good players, a lot of players who have sort of played well over the 8 months, 9 months, and yeah, we was comfy worthy winners in the end.
Yeah. As say so, it's been an incredible season, and now we look forward to next season. How much are you looking forward to it as we take our place in the National League South?
Yeah, we it's something we've been striving for a few years, and we've just missed out a couple of times, obviously. It's a good league. It's a hard league. I've seen quite a few games this year. Sort of gone over Aveley midweek a few times, and Chelmsford. Yeah, every league's a step up, and we've got to step up with it. There's sort of been some comments about our ground on these when these bloggers or whatever they're called come round, ground hoppers, and someone sort of poo-pooed it the other week. Well, yeah, we won't have the best ground here, but we'll make everyone sort of when they come down here, we will look after them and so forth. And it's a very, very good league. You've got people like Torquay in it. Who would have ever thought Torquay are going to be in our league? But there's some great away days for the supporters. But if we start well, I think we could have a good season.
Excellent. And lastly, looking forward to the summer break?
Well, yeah, I know we don't have much of a break, and but it's the sun's out today. There's a little mini tournament here, and am I going to watch it? No, but it's I look at it that there's so much we need to do down here, and I'll keep banging on to you that we would like to get a I don't know, like a Monday club. I see it on someone else's site that all the retired people, sort of shift workers or whatever people who are about on a Monday, they meet up for a couple of hours and they have a cup of tea and a coffee and a bacon roll, and then they do a couple of hours of menial tasks around the ground. And you know, I'm sure there must be a dozen people who come over here who could come down here for a couple of hours once a week. You know, all our helpers over here, none of them are getting any younger, and it's sort of you know, I know I was talking to one this week who was helping me and Colin Burford, Ian. We was cutting a tree down, and you know, he's 80 in a few weeks' time, and he's over here, you know, once, twice a week. And you know, little Terry and Dave Holland, you know, I know he retired, but he's going to come back and give us a hand. But it's, yeah, it's, I know there's a lot of supporters who will say, well, why have I got to go over there working? Well, you haven't. It's only if you want to, but I cannot believe that there's not a few people out there who can spare a couple of hours a week. But no, we'll get the ground up and running for the season. We've already got 4 pre-season friendlies already booked in with Darryl, who's been proactive there. The first one we go to Stalford away, so that's a really competitive game, and the 3 home games we've got booked in so far are Leighton Orient, Sutton, so Steve will be coming back, and Barnet. So there's 3 decent ones there, so plenty for the supporters to look forward to. But we just round it off next Saturday. We've got the club presentation. Always interested to see who the supporters have voted Player of the Year and the Players Player of the Year. We'll get the trophies out so supporters can have a photo with the Shield and Cup. We'll get that rigged up, and we've got a live band. And I must admit, I'm a little bit nervous because they've asked me to play my ukulele with them, just for a couple of songs, so don't worry. But I have been practicing the last few weeks, so but no, so that'll be a good night. I think the drinkers want to get in here earlier, about 6, so we'll see you next weekend.
Lovely. Thanks for your time, Cole.
Cheers, mate.